Alright, now we're doing 7Q coding meetup number 5, higher order functions series, prepare the count of languages. This is by Piotr Berebecki, and 94% of the people like it. We will be given an array of objects representing data about developers who have signed up to attend the next coding meetup that we are organizing. Our task is to return an object which includes the count of each coding language represented at the meetup. For example, given the following input array, our function should return the following object. Okay, so basically it's going to take these values from these language keys, from the language key, and make them new keys in a new object and have values of the count of them in the list. There we go. The order of the languages in the object doesn't matter. The count value should be a valid number. The input array will always be valid and formatted as in the example above. All right. So first things first, let's make a new object we can use. So let's say result equals blank object, an empty object. And then we're going to do a for loop. So we're going to do for. And we're going to use the for-in statement, which iterates over enumerable properties of an object that are keyed by strings. All right. So we're going to say let object in list. Okay. So it's going to, this is going to iterate through each one of these full objects, right? Each one of these. You get what it's going to do. All right. And now we're going to declare another variable. We're going to say, let result. Okay, so we're going to say let key equal, what's it going to equal? Let's say list object dot language. All right. And let's see. All right, so that's good there. Now let's do an if statement. So if, what do we want? If result key does not exist, all right, we're going to say result key equals 1. So when it's a fresh object like this, there's nothing in it, and so we're going to say, C1, just like that. So the result key will be C, and then the 1 will be the one we just made in it. All right. And now if it does exist already, hold on. If it does exist, we're going to say result key plus plus. All right. Now let's say return result. Test it out. All right, and it works. But I think that's just a little too much typing, in my opinion, right? So let's try to make it a little more concise. Let's say const here. Over here, let's do an equal sign. Take out these parentheses. Make an arrow. And get the rest of this stuff and get it out of here. Pardon me. So right here, I think we're going to use the reduce method. And the reduce method executes a user-supplied reducer callback function on each element of the array in order, passing in the return value from the calculation on the preceding element. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to make a new object, and we're going to push these into it, these little key value pairs into it. All right, let me show you how we're going to do that. So list, and then say dot reduce, and the syntax we're going to use is going to be this one here with previous value, current value, and also we're going to use the initial value. So we're going to say prev cur arrow function, and we'll just put the initial value right here, just so we don't have to do it later. All right, so first things first, we're going to say, in parentheses, we're going to say prev, and then we're going to say cur.language. All right, and if that exists, okay, so if one of these already exists, actually let's do the not thing again. If that doesn't exist, what we're going to do is we're going to say this prev, this thing right here, equals 1, all right? And if it does exist already, we're going to say this plus plus, and we're also going to have the initial value prev right here, all right? And let's see if this works. Test it out. All right, good. And we can shorten this up just a little more if we even want to, with another neat little trick. So let's keep this here. Actually, let's take this out of here. And let's take all this and get rid of this stuff up to the parentheses, all right? And we can do something like this. We can say equals, and we can use this little case for the bitwise not operator. And we can say, every time you use this little tilde right here, it makes it a plus 1. So a tilde on 170 will make it 170 plus 1, okay? That's a little trick we can use it for. So if we just say negative, and remember it says, pardon me, it's negative a plus 1, all right? So if we just do negative here, and then do the tilde, and then do this, and then do the initial value of prev, the initial value of, prev, check it out. Because it's negative this plus 1, so you just do negative, and then it becomes this plus 1, and it just adds it to it no matter what. You know, adds it to the object no matter what. So let's test it out. It worked. We already know that. Attempt it. All right, great. Submit it. All right, I very much like this one. Let's go to My Solutions. Just me. Best practice right there. And we'll see you next time.